Like you're just drowning in data, trying to find that one specific thing you need? Well, today we're grabbing a life raft. We're going to master just a few fundamental SQL commands that let you pinpoint exactly what you're looking for, turning these massive, messy data sets into simple, clear answers. So it all starts right here with data. Usually it's organized into tables just like this one. This is our super simple employee table. We've got an ID, a name, and an age for each person. Now, this is small and manageable, but I want you to imagine this table with thousands, or heck, even millions of rows. And that right there is the big problem, isn't it? How do you find the needle in that massive haystack? How can you possibly ask the database to show you just the employees in their 20s, or only the people whose names start with the letter A? Well, that's exactly what we're going to solve today. Okay, our first tool in this data finding toolkit is what I like to call the searchlight. It's perfect for those times when you kind of know what you're looking for, but maybe not the exact details. It's all about finding patterns in text. Now, this searchlight is officially called the like operator, and you use it inside a where clause to basically tell the database, hey, go look in this column for me and find anything that looks like this pattern. It's incredibly powerful for digging through text. So the like operator gets its real power from two secret weapons, wildcards. First, you've got the percent sign. Think of this as a total free-for-all. It can stand in for any number of characters. 0, 1, 100, it doesn't care. Then you have the underscore, which is way more precise. It stands in for exactly one character. Let's see how they actually work. All right, here's our first query. We're telling the database, select everything from the employee table where the name is like a%. So what does that mean? It means the name has to start with the letter A, and that percent sign on the end says, I don't care what comes after it. And boom, here's our result. The database scans that name column and pulls back every single employee whose name begins with A, just like we asked. Pretty simple, right? So what about a new challenge? What if we want to find names that end with a certain pattern? Well, we just flip the wildcard. See that? Here, we're looking for any name that ends with "ni." The percent sign is at the front this time, which means we don't care what comes before it. And there it is. The query finds the one employee whose name fits that pattern perfectly. This really shows you just how flexible that percent wildcard is. You can stick it at the beginning, the end, or even in the middle to find patterns anywhere in your text. Okay, now let's bring in our other wildcard, the underscore. This query is way more specific. It's asking for names where the first character can be anything, that's our underscore, but the second character must be an A. After that, the percent sign kicks in again, meaning the rest of the name can be whatever. And check out the result. We get the employee whose name has A as its second letter. This really drives home the crucial difference. The percent sign is for any sequence of characters, while the underscore is for any single character. That precision is absolutely key. All right, so we've mastered the searchlight. Now let's add a couple more specialized tools to our toolkit. These are what you'll use when you're not really looking for a text pattern, but for data that falls within a certain range or belongs to a specific list. The two operators we're looking at are between and in. And the difference is actually really simple, but it's important. You use between when you're looking for anything in a continuous range. Think ages 25 to 35. You use in when you have a specific shopping list of items you want to grab, like I only want IDs 1, 4, and 7. So let's start with between. This query is about as straightforward as it gets. We're asking for all employees where the age is between 25 and 35. And by the way, that includes both 25 and 35. The range is inclusive. And just like that, the database gives us exactly that slice of our data. Every single person it returned is within that age bracket we asked for. It's a fantastic way to filter out a continuous block of information. But it turns out between isn't just for numbers. It also works for text, which is super cool. This query here is asking for all names that fall alphabetically between Apai and Badal. And there you have it. It returns the names that fit right inside that alphabetical range. It's a really powerful concept that goes way beyond just numbers, and that makes it incredibly useful. Okay, time for our final operator, in. Now remember, this is our checklist, our shopping list. This query isn't looking for a range at all. It's looking for specific individual items. We're basically saying, hey, give me the employees whose ID is either 1 or 4 or 5 or 6. And that's what we get, exactly those employees. The in operator is perfect for when you need to just cherry pick specific records from your table, even if they're not anywhere near each other. And just like we saw with between, the in operator works perfectly with text too. In this case, we've handed it a list of specific names, and we're asking for any records that match any of the names on our list. And as you'd probably expect, we get just those 3 employees back. So the big takeaway here is that in gives you a really clean, easy to read way to select a very specific set of items, no matter if they're numbers or text. And just like that, you've equipped yourself with a brand new, really powerful SQL toolkit. You now have 3 distinct, super effective methods for finding the exact data you need, no matter how big that haystack gets. So let's do a quick recap. You've got like, which is your search light for finding patterns in text. You have between, your range finder for grabbing continuous data. And you have in, your checklist for picking out specific items. You know, these 3 operators alone cover a massive amount of the data retrieval you'll ever need to do in the real world. And I want you to think about it for a second. Every time you filter products on Amazon or search for a contact in your phone, something just like this is happening behind the scenes. These seemingly simple tools are the building blocks for countless features you use every single day. So the only real question left is, what will you build with them?